the community, and we wanted them to come over to receive a gift from us at 902 Man Up in the Lake City 56ers. So they're all sitting over here on the baseline. And those of you who can, if you could come up and grab your gift, and if you can't, you can grab it for someone who needs assistance. So. At halftime, we're going to do the mothers from each team.
Welcome up to the MWBA action, the home opener for the Lake City 56ers. Before we get things underway, we would first like to acknowledge that we are in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral Alaska territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship. These treaties establish the rules for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations. We'd also like to acknowledge that people of African descent have been in Nova Scotia for over 400 years, and we offer gratitude to those of African descent who came before us to this land. We'd now like to welcome the starting lineup, the visiting Halifax Hornets. Wearing the number 5, Brianna Reardon. Wearing the 8, Marlena Collins. Number 11, Amanda Piercy. Number 13, Caitlin Howard. And number 24, Samantha Manieri. And the coach is Colin Yente. And now the starting lineup for your Lake City 56ers. Wearing number 0, Courtney Johnson. Number 1, that's Emily McNeil. Number 3, Lillian Fuller. Wearing number 7, Lauren Armstrong. And number 12, Zoe Oscar. The head coach of your Lake City 56ers is Pat Harder.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay, Trevor? Good. Okay, good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of Maritime Women's Basketball Association action on Maritime Athletic Profiles YouTube. We've got an exciting game here. It's the Halifax Hornets against the Lake City 56ers. I'm Alan April, joined here by Coach Trevor Walter. And Trevor, excited. We've got two teams, both undefeated, and we're looking for a really exciting matchup here in this fantastic league. What do you expect to see today?
For sure, man. I'm looking forward to this high pace, high expertise in this game. Lots of winners from the AUS and first-year university players I'm seeing that were lighting it up in high school. I'm excited, man. I'm just happy to be a part of this.
As both teams start with turnovers, Amanda Piercy bringing the ball up for the Hornets. Piercy, a standout at Mount St. Vincent, ACAA All-Star. Missed last weekend's action. Beautiful set play.
Yeah, nice.
Melina Collins, no good on the layup. Second chance is blocked and will remain with the Hornets. Nice little set play there for Coach Carla Yepes' squad.
One thing about Carla from competing against her, she has a deep playbook. She's very nice on the clipboard for sure.
Having watched the Hornets last weekend, they had a huge win over the Halifax Thunder, snapping their 30-game regular season unbeaten streak.
Yeah, that's an exciting way to get the season rolling for sure. So, what are you thinking, wide open this year?
Yeah, I do. I think so. I think the Nova Scotia teams are always strong. We saw Lake City is currently in the driver's seat. They went 2-0 last weekend, 95-72 win over Moncton, 76-50 win over Miramichi. And the player with the ball right now, someone you know very well, Courtney Donaldson.
Yes, very familiar with Courtney Donaldson. Court vision, as Jonathan Bell calls her.
As here is court vision. Kicks to the corner. Three ball is up and down. That is Zoe Olskamp getting the three party started.
First year UMB player. Former Charlottetown Rural athlete, standout athlete from PEI.
Dribble handoff now, Piercy. Fakes Armstrong. Now we'll give it up for Brianna Reardon on the perimeter. Reardon, another Mount St. Vincent Mystic product. Kicks to Caitlin Power. Shot clock down to 1. Power flips it up, no good. And that will be a shot clock violation. But one thing about this Hornets side, they have a lot of size. And you look, two true 6-footers, University AUS players in Caitlin Power and Samantha Minieri out there right now.
Yeah, no, definitely going to the interior D and oh.
As Emily McNeil steps out of bounds on the wing catch.
No, big time interior defense for the Hornets, I agree. Nothing easy, not a lot of easy gaps and lanes are going to be opened up for the Sixers.
Reardon now over for Melina Collins on the wing. Collins, three-point shooter. This past season, Melina Collins hit 9 threes in a game for Dal against St. Mary's.
Okay, shout out Melina, former West player as well.
Absolutely.
She was actually a senior in my first year at the West, so pretty familiar with Melina.
And another Dal player, Samantha Minieri, an Ontario native, just finished her first year at Dal, and she has great footwork on the block as Donaldson sends her defender flying and hits the triple.
Yeah,
and that is what
play.
Courtney will do to you.
Can't give her any space at all, that's for sure.
So great to see Court back on the court competing. As there's another pass, and Minieri showing a soft touch on that catch on the pick and roll.
We're back and forth right now, eh?
Donaldson around the Emily McNeil ball screen. Gets the switch with her former St. Mary's teammate Caitlin Power. Now Lillian Fuller working, flips it up, no good. Flying in is Zoe Olskamp, and she'll head to the line to shoot two, and you gotta love that effort on the second chance by Olskamp.
Love that. I love seeing girl, like as you said it very precise, flying in, right? Just going after the board, not waiting for it to come to her.
Yeah, I think with Lake City, and they're missing a key player today, Mackenzie Smith,
yes,
back at St. Joseph's for her graduation, just finished up a phenomenal NCAA career, but obviously that's a huge addition. But also, they have nice, versatile size up front. You look here, Olskamp, McNeil, Armstrong, all about 6 feet, but all with guard skills.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a great quality for a team to have, and I agree with you. I'm sure Mackenzie Smith will be a welcome sight for Coach Havard and staff when she returns. Congratulations to her on her graduation as well.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about, but so phenomenal to have a player directly after their senior season of Division I basketball as Piercy stepped through the lane, and nice finish there for Piercy. And back and forth we go, it's 8-6. McNeil looking to thread the needle for Olskamp. Ran out of real estate and turns it over. And now both sides will go to their bench. Lily Francois and Maddie Hiscock in for the Hornets. Leah Martin and Aki Kobayashi in for the 56ers. Kobayashi making her Sixers debut.
I was going to say this is served. Yeah, it was looking like a new pickup. I'm sure she's not out of place here. That's for sure.
No,
a great
reuniting
pickup.
again with her former St. Mary's teammate, Courtney Donaldson. And rebound there by a soon-to-be Husky, Lauren Armstrong. Armstrong won the ACAA Most Valuable Player. And how about that drive and finish by Kobayashi? Instant offense off the bench.
And one, yeah, getting that one off the bench. That's like, you know, no coach is going to complain about that.
Well, Halifax basketball fans should be familiar with Aki, but I mean, what do you like out of her game from watching her play for St. Mary's over the past few years?
For me, I love the crafty skill set. I love this the intention to get downhill and not really being too intimidated to get in there and bang amongst the trees and get that smooth finish for the through contact, pardon me.
Collins stripped on the way up. Fuller will push. Fuller gets into the paint and called for the travel. As the Hornets, not shy of playing with physicality. I think that was one of their strengths in last week's win over the Thunder. Every 50-50 ball, every offensive rebound, they were after it hard.
Those are the big things. A lot of people will say the little things, but to me, the big details that will add up the wins any day, all day.
Absolutely. I mean, as Martin sets a big-time screen.
It did not look like it was called. It is loud in here, though.
And it's going to go the other way here as Jasmine Parent and Brianna Reardon check back in. Another fantastic day of MWBA action in week 2. As mentioned, these two teams come into today undefeated. Lake City took care of business on the road in New Brunswick. 2 big wins over Moncton and Miramichi. And the Hornets beat the Thunder last week at St. Mary's, looking to improve to 2-0. Jasmine Parent blocked down low by Martin. 2 of the veterans of the league. Parent, the 5th all-time lead scorer in league history and tied for the most all-time games played. She's been on the Hornets all 4 years of this league.
So truly a league vet.
And I always point to Parent like she does such crafty things down low on the block. Excellent finisher. Not the tallest post, but does a really good job of freeing up space and finishing around the rim.
For sure. Very nifty footwork and relentless passion down there in the post, for sure.
As here's an example. Parent, little lefty hook over Martin. No good, but there's that physicality of the Hornets after the offensive rebound. Kobayashi escapes and gets it ahead to Nakiva Brown. Brown, a Holland College Hurricane product.
Yes, nice to see. It looks like she's making her season. Well, this is her first year in the league, former Citadel Phoenix player as well. Community Y player as well.
Love to see it. Good insight there from Coach Trevor. And running the 2-on-1 to perfection, Maddie Hiscock and Brianna Reardon. Those two were teammates at the Mount. I believe both graduated in 2017. As Brown's 3 comes up short, but once again, Olskamp on the offensive glass. This time called for the offensive foul, and Maddie Hiscock taking the charge. That's another one of those hustle plays we talk about with the Hornets.
Yeah, no, right on cue, man. Great to see it. And as you pointed out earlier, it's a physical battle in this first 5 minutes.
I mean, that's one of the things about this league. The compete level is so high, and you might be a player, just finished your first year of AUS basketball and think, oh, I'm gonna kill it in this summer league. But You're playing against some AUS All-Stars, ACAA All-Stars who may be a couple years post-graduation, but never lost that love for the game. And
didn't lose the love, didn't lose the step.
No, absolutely. And I mean, for them, they're looking forward all year to compete at this high level.
No, it's good to see.
As Kobayashi swings it over now to Emma Cameron. Cameron's 3-ball is off, but there is Kobayashi. And the offensive rebounding a difference maker so far for the 56ers. Parent now, top of the key, hands it off for Piercy. Straightaway 3 is off, but Hiscock with another hustle play. Piercy gives it to Parent in the high post. Faces up on Martin. Deep in her bag. Parent blocked by Martin. Brown looking to push in transition. Nice little behind the back, has Hiscock on her back. Brown floats it up, no. Martin on the follow is fouled, and we'll head to the line to shoot two. You talk about players in different stages of their life and career. How about Leah Martin? Martin is the, not MLA, I think, for this area, for
Yes.
Cole Harbour.
Correct, yes.
So, you know, also a mother, I believe of two, maybe three. And we got to mention it, it's Mother's Day here this weekend as well. So
100%.
Such a cool thing as well. I mean, it's our first time out, but Trevor, tell me a little bit about your opinion of this league and how important it is, as someone who's very involved in girls and women's basketball in this city, how important it is for that representation for your high school and junior high age players to see what you can reach for the game in this province.
For sure, it's extremely important. You know, like many young talented players look up to each and every player in this league. I'm sure aspiring to be a part of it someday. It's great to have that light at the end of the tunnel to know that basketball doesn't need to stop at any stage. As you said, we have, you know, mothers in the league. In fact, you mentioned Leah. When I came into coaching high school, she was already an established high school coach, so I was competing against her as a coach. So she's everywhere, man. I remember her being on Dalhousie's bench, so just great to see her out here still doing her thing and at a high level.
No, and that's what it's all about, and you kind of alluded to it as well, like from coaches, staff, to players, to referees, the representation, like there's a little bit of everything, and even you look at the coaching staff of the Hornets, and I know Courtney Donaldson coached with you at the West and at St. Mary's this year, and I mean just a tremendous opportunity. Chelsea Slaughter right over there with the 56ers as well. Tremendous opportunity for, you know, players and coaches to get a start on their coaching career as well with this springtime league.
I couldn't agree more, man. It's a great opportunity for everyone. And quite a treat for us that get to watch it.
Absolutely. And I know you've got some exciting stuff going on this weekend as well, but a little bit of a strange call there. I think the officials, they had originally had Martin shooting two.
That's what I thought.
And I think they may have. Nope, looks like Leah Martin's still going to shoot two free throws.
Just a little miscue there.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it a little more as the game goes along, but you've got a big tournament this weekend, the Atlantic All-Star Weekend at Armbray, and fans can come out and watch it tomorrow at St. Mary's as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
So basically, just with myself, Tyler Deacon, Courtney Simmons, we wanted to put together an event for the community, for the girls of female basketball. We tried our best to gather as many players, talented players from throughout the Maritimes as we could at short notice. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get them all, but still many were able to make the trip, and it's kicked off with great success this morning with two highly intense games down at the Nest.
No, tremendous thing to see. If anybody's at home watching, there's some more games at Armbray tonight and tomorrow at St. Mary's. Tell us a little bit about the schedule.
For sure. So we've got 5:45 tonight. We've got the tip-off. We'll have the Liberty facing off with the Aces, and then we'll close off the night with the Sparks playing. The Sparks and. We got.
That's all good. Hey, come to Armbray tonight. 5:45.
Come check it out. At 7:30.
It doesn't matter who's playing. There's going to be a lot of talent on the court. We're
Sparks
talking
and the Fever. Sparks and the
Fever. A little Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
action. As there's a nice steal by Nikiva Brown and a good layup attempt. Another loose ball here, and continues to be a back and forth game. Like the speed is very fast and physical right now. Reardon looking to thread the needle for Manieri, kicked out of bounds.
I'm sure Reardon and Nikiva Brown have a bit of familiarity matching up in the ACA, or actually, pardon me, Reardon's more removed than she's been removed for a while, so my mistake there. No,
all good. I chatted with Brianna Reardon last game after their win over the Thunder. She had a big game. I called her the player of the game. 3 for 4 on threes in the fourth quarter.
She's a great player, man. In the local MSVU Spring League, which we have Hallie Blaze, and she cooked us up a little bit on Monday night. So very familiar with that.
But another player who, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, basketball wasn't a major part of her life as she, you know, working and starting her family, but the opportunity for her to return to this competitive action and be reunited with some teammates. Of course, Mark Ford, her former coach, is the general manager of the Hornets. So nice little, not too big of a transition, and for her to get back into this game at a high level is just an awesome thing.
Great to see.
Here's Melina Collins taking a bump, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Tough angle on that too, Alan. I like that take.
So Collins, one of a few players in this game that you've coached.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Melina's game, and I know she started her university career at St. FX, took a year or two off. She played for the Halifax Thunder in this league, and I think that really helped her prepare for what was a breakout year this year with the Dow Tigers.
100%. So Melina for sure always has been a crafty scorer. As you mentioned earlier, she's a lights-out shooter, and I would have her on point of attack, guarding the best player on the other team, typically when she was in her grade 12 year at the West.
So more than a shooter, you think she's a great defender?
I think she's in high school, definitely.
Yeah.
So we're about to see right now.
Well, it's cool. Another connection. There's just so many connections in this league. But Tanya McKay, assistant coach for the Hornets, is head coach of the Dow Tigers women's team. Carla Yepes was an assistant coach of Dow Women.
Yes.
And then you've got 3 Dow Tigers, Melina Collins, Samantha Minieri, and Anna Parsons, who's not here today, all suiting up for the Hornets. So,
no, great connection there for sure.
As Reardon now off the turnover, Reardon blows by Kobayashi. Kicks it out here for Chloe Oxner. Oxner out for Piercy, Mount St. Vincent teammates. In fact, it's an all Mystics and Tigers lineup out there. Two Dow Tigers, 3 Mount St. Vincent Mystics. And Piercy was locked up that time by Nikiva Brown. Doesn't even attempt a shot at the end of the shot clock.
Now that is an ACA matchup we would have seen this year.
Yes, absolutely. Piercy was an ACAA All-Star with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics this season, but Nikiva Brown getting the advantage on that possession on the defensive end. As Courtney Donaldson checks back in for the 56ers. And
correct me if I'm wrong, Alan, but was Nikiva Brown not recognized as a Rookie of the Year in the ACA?
Yeah, she may well have been. I don't have as many notes for the 56ers, but Courtney Donaldson, instant offense right off the bench, gets to the right hand for an easy lay-in. And quick turnover, another steal by Brown, pushing it on the break, lays it up, no good. Now Collins will push the pace. Francois on the left wing finds Power cutting inside, deflected. No, it's going to go the other way.
Very athletic family as well as the Browns. I'm pretty sure, actually, interesting enough, Nicole played on the 56ers last year, which would be the first cousin of Nikiva.
There you go.
Steve Brown, legendary coach in the city. That would be her uncle. So quite the pedigree.
Donaldson 3-ball, no good. But once again, Kobayashi, extra effort going after that offensive rebound. It does go to bounds. It will be Hornets ball, but you got to love the compete level of Aki Kobayashi out here.
No, gotta love it for sure. Always guarding at 94 feet. I love that.
Absolutely, your West team never stops pressing.
No.
As here's Reardon on the right wing, around the power ball screen. Reardon, nice little ball fake and up and in with the left. Crafty finish there by Reardon in the paint. Kobayashi gets downhill, takes a bump, no good with the left hand, and Reardon pushing it the other way. Both these teams want to run in transition. Power, turnaround, banks it in.
Ooh.
Tough hit there by Caitlin Power. Another Halifax West product, I believe before your time.
Right, she would have graduated just before I got there. I always said, geez, I wish I had her.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, KP will tell you she was a better soccer player in high school than basketball at the West.
And you know what? They have quite the program for soccer at the West.
I believe she led her team to a provincial championship in soccer in her senior year at the West.
Under the guise of Coach Snook and Coach McRae.
As Reardon now out to the left wing. Power couldn't handle that post touch. Lillian Fuller hitting the deck. And Fuller, another player who, you know, I think this league made a big impact in her last year in returning to UMB and having a big season, taking over as starting point guard for the Reds in her second year.
No, she looked great this season. I actually chatted a bit with Coach Aaron about that, her progression and just her working hard just to kind of climb up the ranks, as you just pointed out, and secure a prominent spot on the team.
Of course, you'll be following UMB pretty closely next year.
I will.
Got two there, right?
I have two. I have a lot of teams to follow this year. I'll be following the AUS a lot more in general this season, but yes, certainly UMB.
As Caitlin Power, that does it for the first quarter, but 16-14. We got a close game. We got a competitive game. We're seeing some star power and a lot of fun stuff going on. What's your impression of the first quarter here?
I'm loving the compete level on both ends. Both teams came out, you know, and as expected, wanting to leave the gym with nothing less than a win today. I'm expecting to see a tight game throughout the stanza, but would be very surprised if a big lead happened either way. I think it's looking. I anticipate a tight game.
Absolutely. Well, we know both these teams came into today undefeated, so something's got to give today. And yeah, the 56ers will be back in action again tomorrow as they host the Halifax Thunder. So chance for them to potentially open the weekend 4-0 would be tremendous.
It would for their organization, 100%. Couple of back-to-back marquee matchups there.
Absolutely. I want to quickly thank the league sponsors of the MWBA, founding partner Royale, Legacy Cup partner Proline Stadium, sponsors Sport Entertainment Atlantic, TRL Solutions, Basketball New Brunswick, Cushman, and Wakefield LePage. And I want to remind you guys as well, we're live and interactive always on Maritime Athletic Profiles. You can watch us live on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. And if you want to read any shout-outs out on air, we'll do that for you. It's always cool with this league. We got viewers from all over the place and some international flavor as well. I mean, you look at the 56ers, Lauren Armstrong from Australia, Aki Kobayashi obviously from Japan. So, you know, really putting East Coast women's basketball on the map here.
Lots of eyes for sure.
As we got a sideline inbound here for the Hornets to begin the second quarter. Lake City leads 16-14. Collins gets it in for Amanda Piercy. Now Brianna Reardon out there with Francois, Oxner, and Collins. Oxner. Francois catches off the pin down. Cut off by Fuller. Shot clock down to 7. Piercy has to get something going. Tough take and hits. Tough pull-up jumper there by Amanda Piercy. Quick outlet. Lauren Armstrong the other way, no good.
Tough shots definitely are not foreign to Piercy. I love her game.
Reardon now. Out of the horn set.
Horn set,
finds Piercy.
Double
She'll
pin
face
down.
up on Armstrong. This was a big-time matchup. Two of the top players in the ACAA, and Armstrong and Piercy. Now Francois drives. Too strong with the right. Lily Francois had a great debut with the Hornets, scoring 14 points in their win over the Thunder last weekend. Fresh off her rookie season with the Cape Breton Capers. Collins.
Yeah, she's looking in great form out there as well. Big fan of Lily Francois.
And we've talked about it a little bit, but this league can be such a great confidence boost, especially if you're a player who just finished your first year of university, maybe didn't get a whole lot of minutes. I know 3 Capers on this Hornets team in Francois, Neve O'Connell and Jemiah Thomas
Yes.
all just finished their first season with CBU. You know, didn't get a ton of action, but for them to be able to compete at this level heading into their second year is just a great confidence boost going into their second year.
Extremely beneficial playing at this pace, playing exactly with the physicality. It's very translatable for sure. It translates very well.
Baseline inbound here for the Hornets. They get it in for Oxner in the corner. Now Francois from the 45 looking to drive on Olskamp. Dishes it down for Piercy. Does she have another shot clock buzzer? She does. Step back triple. Amanda Piercy gives the Hornets the lead with 5 straight points to open this second quarter.
A complete and utter bucket is Amanda Piercy.
Olskamp comes up short on the lay-in. And we're seeing the 56ers get to the hoop, just unable to finish. Heat check pull up for Piercy, and that one's off, but you can tell Amanda Piercy's confidence as a scorer.
It's always a good feeling to have too. You got a guard out there that's willing to facilitate and find her own shot. Can't ask for anything else.
Donaldson now brings it across half court. Out there with Fuller. Here's Emily McNeil. McNeil just finished up her season at Bishop's University, helping lead the Gators to the U Sports Nationals. But that's going to be an over-the-back foul against Olskamp.
I like the aggression, though, from Olskamp.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think with this team, she's got to play a little more of a traditional post role.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
I don't know. Again, she's a player you coached with the Halle Blaze, but
For
I
sure.
mean, let's talk a little bit here. So we went down. I believe there's 5 or 6 players that you've coached personally in this league.
Yes. So in this game, for sure. We have Sasha Dabb. She did a stint with us went down to the States with us for a tournament for Halle Blaze. Zoe Olskamp as well with our very first, with the inception of the team, that she was the inaugural team. She went to Toronto, had a great, I think there was a game we had playing against OSBA talent where she pulled down like 20 boards. So I'm used to seeing her flying around like that in there, throwing her body around. Love to see it. Also from the Sixers, we have Emma Cameron. Halle Blaze had just started up just after she graduated, but had 3 great years coaching her at Halifax West. It's interesting seeing her and Courtney Donaldson on the same team. They both have the same sort of fiery mentality when they're out on the court, which I love. Which me personally, I love to have as many players like that as I can on a team that I coach. So no, it's great to see a lot of. I'm quite familiar with these players, and yeah, no, it's amazing to see where they've taken their skill sets and how far they've come along.
Well, and I mean, all those players you mentioned have gone on to university and have great university careers, and I want to give a little credit to Halle Blaze as well. Like,
Much
you
appreciated.
just continue to churn out high talent prospects, and such a high percentage of your players are getting university scholarships. I know your whole starting 5 from Halifax West this year, who are also Halle Blaze members, are going on to the AUS next year. So tremendous accomplishment, and it's all part of the local women's basketball scene.
No, much appreciated there. Big shot from Courtney Donaldson.
Courtney is cooking right now. I believe that's 10 first half points for her, and I mean, so cool to see her back on the court playing after, you know, I know she had some ankle injuries at the end of last season.
Yes.
One of the toughest competitors you'll see, battled through, again, serious ankle injuries for St. Mary's and then for Lake City last year, memorably scoring the semifinal buzzer beater to punch their ticket to the championship. But this year, Court did some high-level coaching, including with you at Halifax West.
No, she was a welcomed addition to the bench this past season. Here she is again. Here she is again. Right on cue.
Nothing but net, no hesitation. Courtney Donaldson doing what she does best, getting buckets, and restores the lead for the 56ers.
No, not only does she have a great feel for the game on the court, just a completely cerebral basketball person. Love what she brought, like as I was saying, to our coaching staff. Lots of great insight. great experience.
And you see right there, Donaldson touched the ball twice on that possession, but both times, perfect skip pass for her teammate, setting up the Zoe Olskamp 3-ball.
Yeah, Zoe Olskamp really has a knack for stepping outside the 3 and letting it go as well. Like you spoke to earlier, the versatility of the size on the floor out there.
Now you're seeing what the 56ers have to offer this year. They brought in some reinforcements to last year's team. Of course, losing first-team All-Star in Lizzie Ashiemi, who was a phenomenal talent. I believe she just finished up her first pro season in Germany.
Yep, that's right.
But
no, big fan of Izzy.
Yeah, but you know, adding talented players like Zoe Olskamp, Dara Flurgan in the game right now, Aki Kobayashi, and again, we mentioned not here today, but Mackenzie Smith just takes this team to another level.
I couldn't agree more.
Kobayashi, long two, no good. Leah Martin, one of the returnees from last year's 56ers MWBA runner-up team. Piercy, little elbow jumper, no good. Kobayashi with the rebound. Outlets for Donaldson. Donaldson, heat check.
Here she
Connects.
is. Here she is.
Getting the
hyping up the
fans
crowd.
into it. Courtney Donaldson, what a phenomenal player. AUS All-Star with the St. Mary's Huskies. And yeah, we touched on it, but tell me a little bit about Court and also what it meant for your team with the West this year to have Courtney, you know, someone that, don't get me wrong, you and JB and those guys,
yes,
great basketball players, but someone on the women's side who is fresh off AUS championship, AUS All-Star seasons. What did having Courtney on the staff mean for your team this year?
She brought a lot of fire to the team, and also just being able to relate with the young ladies on the squad was a huge advantage. She's let's be honest, she's done everything that these young ladies aspire to do, right? She's played, not just played at the next level, but she has sustained a high level of play throughout her university career, and then now doing it, as you said, as a coach. So she just has so much, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience to offer. So yeah, no, we couldn't have been happier having her this year, and you know, definitely attributed to a lot to our success through practices and when she was able to make it for the game. She was doing a lot this year, so it was a blessing when we were able to have her there for sure.
She get out there in scrimmages and show the girls she still got it much?
That was my hope this year, but we're as you alluded to earlier with the ankle injury
yeah.
and stuff, we didn't have that opportunity this year.
Well, maybe next year. And
yeah, she's looking in great form right now.
Yeah. Piercy misses the floater. Donaldson's baseball pass and little trio of former Huskies teammates on that partner. Donaldson looking deep for Kobayashi. Pass broken up by Power. Those three had a phenomenal career with the St. Mary's Huskies.
Did they ever?
Just finished up the AUS three-peat. Three-peats for Kobayashi and Power. Donaldson, two of those. Kobayashi's three is off. Rebounded by Collins. Nevaeh Brown with some full court pressure. And we have a shot clock issue. But yeah, just to expand a little bit on Courtney, it's another great example of the Atlantic basketball scene. And you know, she's from BC originally, started her college career at University of Calgary, but transferred out east over the pandemic and has never gone back. And I think she calls Halifax her hometown now. I mean, stay around coaching. She did some reffing this year, I know.
Yeah.
You know, working out here. So it's another great example of that is Carla Yepes.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, originally from Ecuador, came up to UPEI for her basketball career. And, I mean, everything. Basketball Nova Scotia, works full-time there, coaches provincial teams, coaches high school, coaches university, did some reffing, coaches MWBA.
I must say, when she was on the reffing side of things, one of my favorite officials as well, you know, always patient, explains things well, you know, just another great basketball mind. And yeah, no, I'd say that the community is very blessed to have both of those young women that you mentioned.
Yeah. And it's a credit to the local basketball scene here. I mean, all you have to do is experience I'm sure you'll have big crowds at SMU tomorrow, but you know, the AUS basketball weekend at the Scotiabank Center or any high school girls provincials.
For sure.
And fans come out and support girls basketball here, and it's a big reason why we've been able to have this MWBA. The crowds are phenomenal. Great crowd here today at Cole Harbour High.
No, there's been immense growth in the game over the past few years, and it's I believe we're only going up from here, Alan. Lots of excitement going on in the region for sure.
15. We're in the bonus.
As 56ers early in the penalty here, 4:47 in, and the Hornets are in the bonus. And 56ers having a good quarter led by Donaldson. They've opened up a 7-point lead, but, you know, I mean, I know your team is a pressure, like, speed everything up
Yes,
team,
yes.
but sometimes that can backfire
It
when
can.
you find yourself in the penalty midway through the quarter.
That's true. It can. Yeah, no, and then trying to find that nuance between not completely taking your foot off the gas, but just being a little bit more disciplined, for sure.
As Hiscock on the free throw line hits the second. Maddie Hiscock was the 2017 ACAA Defensive Player of the Year at Mount
Okay.
St. Vincent. I believe she won either 2 or 3 ACAA championships under Coach Ford during that time as well.
A lot of winners
they
in
had
this
a
game.
lot of success.
A lot of winners in this game.
Collins catch and shoot 3, no good. But Jasmine Parent, second chance opportunity. Piercy 3 is off. Brown with the rebound and she'll push. And Nakiva Brown comes up short on the layup, but
Look at Aki.
Kobayashi another offensive rebound and will get to the line to shoot 2.
Really plays bigger than what she is, eh,
Yeah,
Alan?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, this year with St. Mary's and graduating Courtney and Alina McMillan were 2 players who, you know, were AUS All-Stars, combined average 30 points per game. And the big question for SMU, you know, they knew they were going to be good with all those fifth years, but who was going to step up, you know, take over point guard duties, increase their scoring load? And Claire Gascoigne had a phenomenal MVP season. She did quite a bit of that, but Aki Kobayashi really lifted her game and was an AUS All-Star for the first time. And just that aggression, never taking her foot off the gas, always getting downhill. As a tough finish through contact by Brianna Reardon for the and one. But yeah, I think Kobayashi was one of the most improved players in the AUS this year for the Huskies.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Alan.
As Reardon having herself a nice game. Last game against the Thunder, she did it with the 3-point shot, making 3 in the fourth quarter alone. Today, she's been getting inside and finishing and cuts it to a 5-point Sixers lead. Kobayashi gives it to Cameron. Pull-up 3 is off. Rebounded by Chloe Oxner, and here come the Hornets. Oxner cut off by the pressure of Kobayashi. Now Reardon. Oxner attacks the closeout and
Nice
is
take.
fouled.
Chloe Oxner also, as you mentioned, with the connections there, was on the bench with Chelsea Wright this year for the Ospreys. So
Yeah.
nice young coaching staff they had over there. Gave us a go the last time we were in the nest in the season. You know, gave us a tough game. So lots to look forward. The future's bright over there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, many players in this league are involved in coaching in high school or university. You look at, we mentioned Carly Yepes, but also Sophia Widmeyer and Anna Parsons, who is a player on the Hornets, not here today, but
Right.
they did a great job with that grammar program this
Did
year.
they
Gave you
ever.
guys a couple games.
Yeah, no, every game was a chess match, Alan. And shout out Sophia, she got a big win, a massive win today to open up the inaugural All-Star event. So she can say that her and sister Eva can say they've obtained the first win in Atlantic All-Star Weekend history.
Got our first YouTube shout out from Jenny Frazier. Says shout out to Trevor and Billy, Lillian Fuller.
Oh, okay, what's up, Jenny?
Yeah, keep the show notes coming on YouTube, you guys. Any insight you got, any questions you got for Trevor, and of course we'll be interviewing some players at halftime. So if you want to nominate a player to interview, we'll try our best to lock them down.
Interesting enough, at the U14 level grassroots, I was coaching the Community Y, and Jenny and Sean Fuller, Lillian Fuller's father, we actually had a big our teams were asked to play down at the Scotiabank Center one game.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty exciting. So I'm sure Jenny can remember better than me because they got the win as well. So
yeah, Lillian, another Halifax Grammar School product.
Yes, incredible players, Lillian.
As we mentioned, playing now for UMB, and kind of cool, suiting up this spring with her UMB teammate Zoe Olskamp. But they're going up against Sasha Dabb, who we haven't seen in action today yet. But
Not yet.
Three UMB Reds.
Yep.
Wonder if Coach Aaron is tuning in, and Freddie.
I know they're busy up there this weekend with a big tournament, a youth tournament that they're putting on. So
Donaldson fouled, and you can see how aggressive they're overplaying her on the three-point line. Martin setting that big screen,
yes.
And everybody just hedging hard on Courtney. And she'll head to the line to shoot a trio of free throws. Get this, Courtney, currently third all-time in league scoring, and the two all-time leaders, Carissa Cajarini and Kaylee Kilpatrick, they're not suiting up this year. So Courtney, coming into today, she was 74 points away from being the MWBA all-time leading scorer.
So
and if she keeps scoring the way she has in this first half, she'll be getting that sooner than later. Donaldson.
And Courtney's a third-year player in the league, correct?
Played 2 years ago with the Hornets.
With the Hornets, yes.
Played last year with the 56ers. Was a first-team All-Star in this league last year.
No, and deservedly so. Nikiva Brown with a nice little spin. That spin move, she's been hitting people with that for years, and it gets, as you see, it's tough to guard. Definitely forces the referee to blow the whistle.
One thing I like about Nikiva Brown, she gets the ball, whether she's got a couple steals, couple rebounds, and she is off and running. You can tell. She wants to push the pace. She's not waiting for anybody, has confidence she can get all the way down to the rim herself and get to the line. And
she's just a natural athlete. Honestly, she's one of those kids, I've known her since she was very young. I could say any sport that she decided she wanted to play, she could play it. I remember her father telling me he was pushing for her to get into tennis. So, and
little Venus Serena Williams,
yes,
Richard Williams.
Exactly, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
As there's Jasmine Perrin in her bag, the all-time leading games played player in MWBA history. Hits the free throw line jumper, and there's a steal. Piercy off, but Hiscock no good on the offensive glass, but you see the hustle of Maddie Hiscock making an impact. Still a close game. Donaldson is unstoppable in this second quarter, but the Hornets holding their own.
No, they are. As I said, I don't think, it was, as the Sixers were looking to pull away there for a minute, it goes back to what I was saying at the close of the first quarter. I don't expect this game to get too out of hand. I think we're going to remain in a tight battle throughout the whole thing.
Inbound for Donaldson, fakes, takes, drops it off for Martin. No good, but what a drive and dish by Donaldson. It will remain 56ers ball on the baseline. They're just getting the shot clock set. It's going to be, I believe it should be 14. Donaldson, catch and shoot three. That's off. Martin looking to save it. Piercy coming the other way. Finds Francois in the corner, no good. Rebound batted around, great hustle by Caitlin Power. Piercy blocked by Kobayashi. Nice dish over the top. Kobayashi blocked by Power. So we're seeing the defense ramp up on both sides. Big defensive stops there. Blocks by Kobayashi on one end and Caitlin Power on the other as Lauren Armstrong checks in. Donaldson. Step back three is off. Rebounded by Francois. Picked up by McNeil. Francois kicks it out for Piercy. Catch and shoot three. Just off.
Look good.
Rebounded by Armstrong. Both teams in a little bit of a scoring drought the last few minutes. Donaldson. Martin brings the ball screen. Piercy goes under, recovers. Donaldson dribbles off her foot. McNeil keeps it alive and is fouled. Will head to the line to shoot two.
And I want to say McNeil as well, Lillian Fuller for sure, but also Emily McNeil, both former ABA Celtics. So shout out to the Celtics program.
Also Cole Harbour,
Yeah.
like in the Cole Harbour community.
Yeah.
And that's awesome to see. I know we definitely have some young Celtics in the crowd here tonight, or this afternoon. As McNeil hits the second. She's a veteran of this league. I believe she's played 3 years.
Yeah.
One with the Thunder and with the Windsor Edge, which was this
true,
franchise
yes.
previously to relocating to Dartmouth.
Yeah, and spent her high school years at King's Edgehill.
That's right.
Yeah.
As Armstrong with the rebound. Leaves it for McNeil. Fakes Power. What a recovery by Caitlin Power. Power, who finished 4th all-time in St. Mary's block shots.
Wow. Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, I believe 76 blocks over her 5-year career. The really impressive thing about that, 3 of the top 4, Clara Gascoigne, Lucy Beaumont, and Caitlin Power were all in the same class.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, you look up and down that class, and another player we'll see here tomorrow, Alina McMillan.
Yes.
Fresh off her first pro season in France.
In France, yeah.
Missed last weekend's game with the Thunder, but she'll, I believe, be suiting up for
tomorrow.
her season debut for the Thunder. But you
Nice,
talk
nice.
about the Huskies over the past 6 years, really, with McMillan, Power, Gascoigne, Beaumont, and, of course, Kobayashi and Donaldson. What a stretch they put together.
I would say. Just pure winners, eh?
Yep. Under a minute remaining here. Fuller spinning in the lane, cut off by Piercy. Armstrong, skip pass. McNeil driving on Power.
Nice patience.
Power, that's her 3rd block in about a minute right now.
There she is.
And she'll call her own number up court. About a 3-second difference game in shot clock. Piercy around the Minieri screen. Power. Caught in traffic. Donaldson over the top. What a pass. Fuller, pump fake. Comes up short on the layup. And it's going to be Hornets ball going the other way. 4.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. The clock has not started. Francois, that was honest.
Yeah, it was.
That was about 4 seconds. And comes up short. So at the half, the Lake City 56ers lead the Halifax Hornets 34-30. We're going to quickly try to grab an interview with a couple players. Don't go too far, as we'll be back with some halftime interviews and, of course, the second half. You're watching live coverage of the MWBA right here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. We'll be right back. Welcome back to live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Joined now by Emily McNeil of the Lake City 56ers. Emily, your team's up 4, a back and forth physical first half.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that first half?
I think it was good pace. When we get the ball out in the open court and run, I think we were getting all the looks that we want. And just, defensively, when we were locked in, forcing the ball where we want it to go, we're looking pretty good. But I think we're definitely a transition team, and when we get out in the open court, we get the shots that we want. So just continuing that in the second half for sure.
Okay, I know you just finished up a tremendous career at Bishop's, qualified for the Nationals this year. That must have been a cool experience.
Yeah, an awesome way to finish out the year there for sure.
And you're a bit of a vet of the MWBA. This your 3rd season in the league?
Yeah.
Tell me about your decision to play again this year and play for Lake City.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity to play at home again, it's one that I can't really pass up, and to play with Mac from Old Kings Edge Hill teammates was just an opportunity that, doesn't come around too often. So to get to play with her again, finish it out together is pretty awesome.
Fantastic, and you're looking to improve to 3-0 on the season, back in action tomorrow. What's one thing the team's got to do to hold on to this 4-point lead?
Yeah, we got to keep boxing out. Keeping them to one possession is going to win us the game for sure. It's the second opportunities that kill us.
Awesome. You want to give any shout-outs to anybody watching?
I'm good.
Shout out to everybody watching.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Emily. Good luck in the second half.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back with a player from the Hornets, and of course the second half. Lake City leads the Hornets 34-30. MWBA action on Maritime Athletic Profiles. More coming up soon. Great. All right, looks like we're back up now. Apologies. I think we just had some short technical difficulties, but what a ball game right now. Tied up 41-41, 3:28 remaining in the third quarter. And it's been a really interesting third quarter. 56ers opened up on a 7-0 run to take an 11-point lead, and then the Hornets responded with an 11-0 run to tie us up.
3.5 minutes left in the stanza. No.
Hornets looking to take maybe their first lead of the game. Maybe they were up 2-0 or 4-2 or something. And they do.
Oh, there they go.
Set play, great coaching. I see a little laugh there from Carla Yepes. I think they ran that play the right way. Off the timeout, baseline out of bounds.
Definitely got what they were looking for there.
Collins on the foul. I'll tell you, on either side, fouls committed and fouls drawn. Aki Kobayashi has been involved in about 10 in this game.
She has, yeah, no, for sure.
Not shying away from contact either way.
Not at all.
Good pass there by Kobayashi.
Great cut from Emma. Emma Cameron.
Piercy now kicks it out for Reardon. Kane Norden forces her off the line. Reardon recovers, shot clock down to 5. Reardon puts up a 3. No good. Reardon was clutch last game, hitting 3 threes in the fourth quarter, helping seal the win for the Hornets over the Thunder. Kobayashi gets, wow. What a play by Kobayashi. You could hear the skin coming off her knee.
Yeah.
As she hit the deck, still able to make the kick out, and Lillian Fuller hits the 3.
Right on time.
And you see Kobayashi pop back up and get into it on defense. What a hustler.
She's a dynamite player, man.
Yeah. I know she, as a layup in transition by Cameron, and
One thing about Cameron, she can score the basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know she was a great player for you at Halifax West.
She was redshirted this year for Acadia, so
That's
looking forward
right.
to see what that transition's like for her, you know, from coming out of her year 1 in the Canada West Conference.
Well, and another, you know, we can talk about all these players, the different stages of their basketball career and what this league means for them. But for Cameron, you know, almost 2 years removed from playing in a competitive game, although
Right.
she did play in this league last year, but
Yes.
having to sit out this past year, I mean, what a way for her to get back into playing shape heading into her season at Acadia.
I couldn't agree more.
Dara Flurgan, another Cape Breton Caper, called for the travel and waved off.
That back foot might have slid a bit.
Yeah.
I think Tina had that one right.
Yeah. Official Tina Skier, a veteran, had good eyes on that one. I know Tina's daughter, Jalen, was a former Hornets player and coach and continues to do big things in coaching at
Yes.
UBC now.
Yes, and I believe, was she not the MVP of the inaugural championship game in year 1?
Yeah,
of
that sounds
the
correct.
MWBA?
Yeah, the Hornets
I was
won
act-
the championship in year 1.
I was coaching with Jalen with BNS at the time.
Donaldson, little escape dribble. Kicks it out now for Fuller. Attacks Hiscock. Cameron for 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Jasmine Parent. 3-point game here. A minute remaining in the third quarter. Shaping up to be a good finish. Oxner. Kick out for Reardon. Oxner catch and shoot 3. Too strong. Cameron with the rebound. Donaldson ahead for Fuller. She'll put up a 3. No. Looking like a Celtics playoff game right now. A whole bunch of missed threes in a row. Reardon. Nice pass. Oh, how did that not go in? Jasmine Parent caught an unlucky spin off the rim right there.
Yeah, she's right.
Donaldson.
In perfect position there. Oh.
Great dish, and Martin able to finish underneath.
From Donaldson.
Beautifully done. We talk about Donaldson as a scorer, but also she attracts so much attention in the paint, able to make that nice pass. As Chloe Oxner's not going to get a shot off. And game of runs, right?
Game of runs.
56ers got the last run. A nice little response after going down for the first time all game, finishing the quarter strong. I mean, what did you think about that third quarter?
Highly exciting quarter. I enjoyed it. Sets us up nicely for an exciting finish. We're going to see how these opening minutes in the fourth go. And then speaking to the runs, from my experience playing and coaching, typically it's that team that's able to hit that last run in the last 3 to 4 minutes is the team that typically is the one that comes out on top. So we're going to see how this goes. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Fantastic action. MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Just a quick look at the upcoming schedule. I know the 56ers play again tomorrow. Same place, same time, 3 p.m. They'll take on the Halifax Thunder. Thunder fresh off having their 30-game unbeaten streak snapped last week against the Hornets.
So they'll be coming in with a lot to prove, a lot to, definitely wanting to correct that.
There's also a game in New Brunswick tonight. The Miramichi Hurricanes hosting the Fredericton Freeze. You can catch that action live on the MWBA YouTube channel. So fantastic. And you know, we've been talking from a Halifax perspective, but for basketball in New Brunswick as well, to have 4 teams in Moncton, Fredericton, St. John, and the newest team in Miramichi.
Yes.
I mean, tremendous for young basketball players in New Brunswick to see that as well.
For sure. No, what an opportunity it is for young players, and then to not only transition into playing, but as you mentioned, to be able to take in and watch such high-level basketball in the Maritimes.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you've had a couple players from New Brunswick play for Halley Blaze, or no?
I have had. Well, we had a stint
Zoe
with
from PEI.
Yeah, Zoe's from PEI, plays at UMB.
Yep.
We had Olivia Mowat, who was
Yep.
first-year player at Acadia. She did a tournament with us.
Okay.
Great family as well. Shout out to
yeah.
her brother Ben. He's a great basketball guy in New Brunswick. I believe he's a scout coach with Western University.
Oh, cool. As Parent hits the free throw, but yeah, I mean, just overall, I know you're very well versed in the Halifax and Nova Scotia basketball scene, but what do you think about the game in New Brunswick and how it's improved in recent years too?
Love the game in New Brunswick. There's a lot of great scrappy guards, guard play, just very much like Nova Scotia, great guards. They have some versatility there, great coaching. Definitely fun to go. Always love going up to New Brunswick and competing, having New Brunswick teams come. It's, you know, they're right there with us, and it's going to be interesting to see how things transpire at the Canada Games.
Yes.
In the Canada Games conference this year.
As
Nice.
Jasmine Parent's starting to heat up, and I'll tell you, it's been the recipe for day one for the Hornets. If they need a bucket, get Jasmine Parent in a pick and roll, and that is maybe the most efficient offense they have.
She has a real nice roll and seal, Alan, for sure.
But vintage Courtney Donaldson putting her team on her back, getting to the hoop and talking some trash after. As Piercy for 3, oh baby, answers.
We've got a game on our hands.
Tied up 50-50, brand new ball game with 8:30 remaining. This is MWBA action at its finest. Both these teams looking to remain undefeated early in the season, but perhaps a playoff preview. Flurgan on the drive, kicks to the corner, Donaldson. Nowhere to go. That was kind of funny. Just Courtney's body language there. She was like, oh, you think I can't shoot this? You think I can't shoot this? Oh, wait, I can't shoot this. That's what I think was going through her mind.
Definitely.
But, shot clock violation and good defensive stand there by the Hornets.
For sure, 100%. And I haven't seen a challenge to Courtney that she's never accepted.
No,
that's for
exactly. Miscommunication there on the entry pass. Looking for Parent. And now a jumbo lineup for the Hornets. Look at the size of, I mean, aside from Piercy, they've got 4 6-footers. I mean, Parent 5'10", but she plays as big as anybody in this league. Big lineup out there right now for the Hornets.
No, 100%.
See if they can take advantage on the glass. And Olskamp turned over. Parent comes out with the steal. Piercy running point. Oxner attacks the closeout. Kobayashi again in some physicality. Parent puts up the long 2, no good. Rebounded by Kobayashi. Hornets will push. Olskamp for 3.
Looks good.
Halfway down, rims out.
It's a
Oxner
good
with
ball
the rebound.
for sure.
Here comes Piercy. Outlet for Collins. And an offensive foul. The elbow to the midsection of Donaldson. Fierce competitor, Courtney Donaldson.
That she is.
Never shies down from a challenge. Fuller now. Tight handle, kicks to the corner. Donaldson catch and shoot 3, no good. Another rebound for Oxner. No second chance opportunities with this lineup for the Hornets.
No, they're cleaning up the glass nicely for sure.
Another blocking foul going to go against the 56ers as Coach Pat Havard not happy.
And you gotta think is that you think that's factoring into the strategy for Carly Yepes, just sending out all the glass cleaners to obtain as many possessions and maintain possessions.
And that's 4
game
personal
comes
fouls on Kobayashi, as Armstrong will check in for her. So a little bit of foul trouble starting to pile up. Parent blocked by Flurgan, gets her own rebound, blocked again, gets her own rebound again. Looking for that call, no whistle. Refs are letting them play as that one deflected out of bounds.
I like that push and transition from Olskamp as well. Yeah, very impressed with Zoe in this game.
Yeah, I think getting extended minutes today again without Mackenzie Smith here, but Olskamp showing her skill set. I mean, as Lillian Fuller
there they go
gets
again
the
with
triple off the pick and roll.
We've seen them hit that three, that hook up off that slob a couple times today.
Collins now, Minieri in the post, excellent footwork, but this time called for the travel.
Too many steps.
Talking about seeing it all from Olskamp today. I mean, we've seen her hit a three, we've seen her push the ball in transition, we've seen her guard true bigs out here and do a great job on the offensive and defensive glass.
100%. No, she's an incredible pickup, first-year pickup for the Sixers.
Oh, and for the Sixers as well, yes.
Yes, and UMB, yes.
Fuller kicks to the corner. Armstrong for three. That rims out.
Big board from Power. Uh-oh.
Piercy now brings it across the timeline. In a no dribble. Piercy in her bag, comes up just short, but the rebound into the hands of Collins. Flurgan comes away with it, but again, the rebounding advantage right now is all Hornets. But a nice floater in transition by Flurgan, and the Sixers with a 5-point lead. Power. Out of the corner. Oxner looking down low for Minieri. Minieri gets to the right side and is fouled. She'll head to the line to shoot two.
Substitutions. Lake City foul on number 3, Lillian Fuller. It's her first personal 13 foul.
Minieri on the free throw line. She had 10 points in last week's win over the Thunder. Was a good first-year player for the Dow Tigers this year. I mean, the size is obvious, but she's got a really nice passing out of the post as well.
Yeah, no, I like her game. I like what I'm seeing so far for sure.
Donaldson defended by Hiscock.
Uh-oh.
Donaldson gets her off balance. Pull-up three is off. And Donaldson with a laugh to the bench.
A bit of a my bad there.
Yeah, I think if you send your defender off balance like that, you got to shoot that.
Yeah, for sure. I expected it.
Yeah.
I expected that shot to go up.
Oxner over to Power. Will attack baseline. Feeds it for Minieri.
Oh, looks
Going to be the offensive foul on the hook.
Caught that hook.
Another nice defensive play by Olskamp.
100%. Yeah, no, and that hook is often tough for the ref to catch. That's why we do it. I've been known to pull that out down there successfully and unsuccessfully.
You gotta see what the officials will give you. That's a classic big man move.
For sure.
Yeah. When the feet get tired, the hands come out, fighting in the post. I'm just thinking a little for Olskamp. With Katie Butts graduating from UMB, they're going to have post minutes to go along. I know your girl Olivia has played some undersized post in her past, but
for sure at that level though, she's worse. I can't imagine Coach Aaron having her off the wing. I think she'll be settling into that position. I think you just nailed it. I think
Olskamp, Sasha Dabb, who we haven't seen
exactly
today, but another young, long player for UMB.
For sure.
Yeah, they're going to be a team to watch. I mean, I know you think, but I think Coach Aaron's done a great job recruiting the past couple of years.
I believe so.
You know, kind of rebuilding from the Jada Vino, Kylie Speedy, Katie Butts era, where they had a lot of success, and bringing in a lot of young Halifax area talent.
And picked up a couple of great transfers as well. I know Clancy McIntyre that just transferred there, was starting out this year at X, but finding her way back to New Brunswick to play for UMB. She's also playing in the MWBA as well. So
Armstrong, baseline jumper. Good hustle there, getting the second chance opportunity. Kobayashi, elbow jumper, no. Hornets cannot get anything to go, the 56ers.
Timeout, Halifax Hornets.
I mean,
Grab your 50-50 tickets, you're winning 50-50
a defensive start to the second quarter.
very much so.
But with a little over 3 minutes left, 56ers are holding on to this 4-point lead, and you can see tightening up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's definitely controlling the rock is going to be a big one, and just making good on their offensive opportunities. So there, just a bit of an unforced error there for the Hornets, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens coming out of this huddle. I'm sure Coach Havard's drawing something up to steal a bucket here out of the lob set.
A nice comment from Sarah Morash. Love watching the progression of women's basketball. Great job, guys. Love listening and watching. Thank you for watching, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
And Courtney Brown says should be 55-51 or 55-50. I do think at some point they added another point to the Hornets side. The score table here, I'm sure, is on it. I saw the refs talking to them at the timeout, so I think the score is correct, but thank you for checking on us, Courtney. And everybody watching live on YouTube or watching on demand after the game, shout out Maritime Athletic Profiles. I mean, they're busy this weekend, too. For a random weekend in May, there is a whole lot of basketball in the city, and
going on.
You and Maritime have your hands full.
We do. So lots of basketball means a great weekend, though, eh, Alan?
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, you can tune in to some of the Atlantic All-Star weekend on Maritime Athletic Profiles again. Next game, 5:15 tonight? 5:30?
5:45.
5:45, yeah.
5:45.
So tune in for some more great action, the future MWBA stars of tomorrow, as Collins breaks the scoring drought, cuts it to a 2-point ball game. It's winning time right here, Trevor.
Yeah, that it is.
Fuller, beautifully done.
Footwork from Lillian Fuller.
Yeah, tell me what you saw there as we get a look at the replay here.
Just a lovely touch, great floater.
Yeah, a little short step, then long step.
Yes.
Kind of, I mean, from a coaching perspective, you know, that's some advanced stuff. And I know, like, when I called you guys, Olivia Logan, I was so impressed by her footwork and the way she could take different steps to finish in the lane.
Amazing,
I mean,
amazing footwork.
That's really advanced for a high school player to have, or a young university player like Fuller. But, you know, talk a little bit about that skill and how you coach that.
It's a tough thing. It's all repetitions, really.
Yes.
And a lot of it is just the work that they're getting in on their own, whether it's with working with a coach, training, or work, you know, and then being able to translate that into performing that against live bodies, you know. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, I'd say, Alan.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like, I think a lot of guards coming up today, you know, 3-point shooting and dribbling, but there's other things that as a undersized player, if you can add to your game, you can be a dynamic finisher down low.
For sure.
Which just opens up your game in so many ways. I mean, we're seeing it from Brianna Reardon on the other side, too.
Yes.
Smallest player on the court, but she's had a couple tough finishes down low.
No, you love to see that.
And actually, you speak trainer, shout out our buddy Chaz, NDO Fitness. I think
Yes.
Lillian's been in the gym with him a couple times.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd say probably the best in the business when it comes to that sort of stuff that we were just talking about, the footwork stuff. And ooh,
Amanda Piercy. Now, Piercy, her pull-up jumper
she's a maestro.
and getting those feet set, coming off weird angles is something she does so well.
Wow.
That cut it back to a 3-point ball game, 58-55. As McNeil misses the turnaround in the post, Collins aggressive the other way, sandwich between Flurgan and Olskamp. And it's going to remain Hornets ball on the baseline, 1:48 remaining. Oh, I see. Thank you, Wendy and Courtney. I'll tell our producer in a second. As Collins flips it up, no good. Kick out, reared in. Oxner, deep three, no. Rebounded by Flurgan.
Great take.
As Courtney Donaldson attacking, and she gets the line to shoot too. Yeah, 56ers are up. We're correcting the score. It was flipped around on the webcast.
Okay,
Shout out Wendy
okay.
and Courtney letting us know on the commentary,
Yeah, thank you.
or in the YouTube comments, I should say. As Courtney Donaldson on the free throw line here. Donaldson, I mean, was easily an 80% free throw shooter over her time at St. Mary's. An AUS second team All-Star 2 years ago, led the team in scoring with just under 15 points per game. And hits the second. And 5-point ball game. Those are some important free throws right there, Trevor.
Extremely important. We talked about that last 4-minute run, right? And
Parent comes away with the rebound and is fouled. And we'll head to the line to shoot two. I mean, we don't have full game stats, but I think offensive rebounding, the Hornets have had a big advantage today.
big time.
Parent rims out on the first. The all-time games played leader in league history. Gotta wish her a happy Mother's Day. I know her kids are right here in front of us. She got 3 or 4? 3? I think so. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there and all the moms watching and all the moms playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Such a special thing about this league, too. I know
No, it
Leah
is.
Martin's a mom.
Yeah, no, very family-oriented league, in terms of fans, participants.
And real family-friendly atmosphere. I know the 56ers will be meeting and greeting with young kids and signing autographs after the game. Thunder do a great job of doing that every single game.
Yeah, no, that's always great to see.
As Fuller. And turnover there by Olskamp. Big defensive stand. So 4-point game, 50 seconds remaining. Are they calling a timeout? They're not. So coaching had a little bit here. 4-point, 2-possession game, 50 seconds. What are you trying to do? Go, well?
Prioritizing a paint touch for sure myself, right? It's always going to lead to something.
Reared in.
You like to see them calm down and get a familiar set to them, and that's what they're doing. They
Collins
find the shot.
3 is short, gets her own rebound.
Great follow.
Just short on the follow, gets it again. And it's going to go the other way. Wow.
Timeout.
Tough possession there for Melina Collins.
And I thought that was great D there being
Yeah,
played.
as we get another look. I think that ball was last touched by Martin, but
Yeah,
the officials don't have the benefit of instant
They
replay.
don't
But
have the benefit.
good. It wasn't a foul. Great
No.
straight up defense by
For
Martin.
sure.
Okay, so now we're in a different position
Now we're in a
as a
different
coach.
position.
34 seconds. You don't have to foul right away, but you need the ball back. What are you
Definitely.
thinking?
I'm getting up for sure.
Full court press,
Gotta
yeah.
Gotta get up into the press.
Now 56ers could advance to half.
For sure, maybe I see Carl at the board over there. Maybe
Yeah.
she draws up a quick little defensive adjustment, throws out possibly a little trap, maybe a little.
We'll start here, actually. I always like this one. If you're Coach Havard, so if I'm correct, if you advance, it's a 14-second shot clock.
That's correct.
And then you're giving them 20 seconds. Do you like to advance in this situation?
No,
you're up 34. It's a 4-point game. You can take your time.
We're going to take our time and want to create a little bit more angst. That's what I would do anyway.
I think me as well.
Right, but you know, I guess to each his own in that situation. If you advance, you can take it down to 20 seconds, and it's still a 2-point game. So, I mean, pardon me, 2-possession game.
Yeah.
But me personally, I feel like they had the guard play on the Sixers side to sustain the pressure.
Looks like
They're
Coach
ready.
Havard agrees with you.
Right.
But we're going to get a full court pressure from the Hornets. Coach Yeppe has drawn something up.
Yeah, you just want more time on the possession.
And passes to the corner. That's a tough place to catch the ball.
Yeah, like I said, though, here she came. Just throw out the
Wow.
diamond. I love the diamond.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good press, and they got the ball into two difficult spots, but you talked about the guard play of the 56ers, and Courtney Donaldson able to escape the trap, fouled, and it's going to be 2 shots in the ball. They're going to give a unsportsmanlike foul.
Okay.
So 2 shots and the ball here for the 56ers, and, well, it's not over till it's over, but that is a big play by Donaldson. You know, she caught the ball. There was probably 4 seconds to get it over half, and she knew it. She just went straight to half court and was fouled and hits both free throws.
No, absolutely.
That's just veteran guards knowing time and score and how to handle that situation.
Yeah, an extremely savvy player is Courtney.
Because it was a tough spot, making 2 passes and giving her the ball on the baseline.
Definitely.
All right, so sideline inbound. It's a 6-point game. Hornets need to force a turnover, and they're going to foul Olskamp.
No, Olskamp getting great minutes this afternoon. I feel like this is.
Yeah. And it wasn't really so much a run per se for the 56ers. They just did a good job of, you know, taking advantage of their opportunities and locking down defensively over the last 5 minutes. I think, I mean, it was 50-50 at the 8-minute mark. So they've really locked down the Hornets over the last 8 minutes.
No, they did. They made the right adjustments for sure.
8-point ball game now. All 56ers over this final stretch of the fourth quarter as they look to improve to 3-0. Piercy bottled up by Donaldson. Oxner. Shot clock down to 10. Hornets need to get something going, and they won't. Tie up favors the 56ers. Clock is still running.
Still ticking. I believe it's about 6 seconds left, 7.
Yeah, but safe to say Lake City will improve to 3-0 on the season. Phenomenal game for them. Again, without Mackenzie Smith. Congrats to her.
It's interesting here to see how strong these guys, the squad looks once we.
But it's early days. I know the Hornets have only had 4 or 5 practices. I believe the same for the 56ers. And this is a sprint. It's a 6-week-long season.
Yes.
You play 10 regular season games, couple playoff games. So, you know, it's really a test as a coach in limited time with these players. But the players are also experienced that you don't need to worry about the fundamental stuff.
For sure.
Okay, so I don't think the game's over. I think there's still time on the clock.
I believe, I believe about 6 or 7 seconds on the clock. Yes.
I think we're going to definitely grab Courtney Donaldson for our post-game interview. Courtney, I know she had 16 points at half, and she's got a few in this fourth quarter as well. But who are some other players that stood out for you in today's game?
From
either team, both teams.
Either side, so
yeah,
definitely we talked about Aki Kobayashi just in the mix with everything. I enjoyed what I saw from Zoe Olskamp. Lillian Fuller, heck of a game. Looking on the other side, very, very impressed with Piercy. And, we saw some great stuff from Jasmine Perrin, as you said, on the glass. So yeah, no, it's been a great game, a great day of basketball for me. I'm just happy to be a part of it all.
Plug it one more time. Atlantic All-Star Weekend. I mean, tell me again, what's it about, and why should people come out and watch?
Just about highlighting and showcasing the top talented female basketball players, everyone that was available that we could get in the gym at once, and also sustaining although it's an all-star event, it's a highly competitive event. Today, the action, those young ladies were competing as if those were their own respective teams that they're on every day, so it was good to see that.
I love that you have underclass women grades 10 and 11 as well in there.
Exactly, yeah. The Rising Stars game, that's going to be interesting. You're on the call for that.
Fantastic.
Tomorrow, so we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, Lake City 56ers take care of business in their home opener. Hey, check it out. The 56ers held them to 56. That's got to be a good start. 64-56, our final score. We're going to grab Courtney Donaldson for our Player of the Game interview. But again, we'll be back with more 56ers action tomorrow. Same time, same place, 3 p.m. right here at Cole Harbour High or on Maritime Athletic Profiles YouTube as the 56ers host the Halifax Thunder. Should be a great game. And again, if you're looking for some more high-quality girls basketball action, Armbrae tonight, or Maritime Athletic Profiles YouTube, St. Mary's tomorrow morning for the Atlantic All-Star game. Going to be some great hoops action.
For sure. Don't miss out.
All right, Trevor, I'm going to go grab Courtney, and you stick around, but I will thank you now. Thanks for jumping on the call.
Thanks,
it was a lot of fun, and thank you to all of our viewers watching. Hope you all enjoyed today's game. Stay tuned for an interview with our Player of the Game coming up in a minute here.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome back. The Lake City 56ers remain undefeated, 3-0. Here now with today's Player of the Game, Courtney Donaldson. Courtney,
happy to be here.
I mean, so much fun watching you back on the court playing. I know you spent the year recovering from an ankle injury and coaching with this guy, but what's it mean to you, and how much fun is it to get back on the court and compete with the 56ers again?
Wow, especially after taking that year off, it really makes you think about how much you appreciate being able to play without pain, first of all. So I'm so happy to be back, being on a team environment. I learned so much coaching with Trevor over the season, and so it's nice to go from that. I love to coach, but I love to play. So I'm thankful to be here.
I'm going to ask you one more, and then we'll get it over to Trevor. I want to ask about some of your teammmates this year.
Yeah, wow.
Clearly a very talented Lake City team. Improved to 3-0 today.
Right.
You got Aki, your former St. Mary's teammate. Mackenzie Smith, who graduated this weekend, but whole lot of talent incoming with the 56ers.
For sure.
What can you say about this year's team, and what do you think your potential is? Obviously, last year you made it all the way to the championship game. What do you think this group can accomplish this year?
I think our potential is unlimited. You know what I mean? So I think we have the potential to do anything that we set our mind to, and if we come together, play well together, I'm so happy to be with this group. It's such a great group of girls. Like Mackenzie, she's just efficient, you know, like just efficient. She'll give you the quiet 20. You know, Aki, she passes so well. Dara, super athletic, played at CBU, played against her. So Lillian, got to see her play and coach. Like when I coached at SMU, got to see her grow. So it's fun watching that and playing with them now.
Awesome. Trevor, couple questions.
All right.
Don't let her off easy.
No, I got to say for sure, learning today that you're closing in third in the ranks for scoring and all-time scoring in league history. What's the mindset coming into a game like this, home opener?
For sure.
Definitely you want to get the win. But
Right. You know, the mindset is to always, I love to pass, but I'm a score first person. And, you know, we have great scorers on this team, so they open up those gaps so I can get downhill, and they get me open with screens. So, you know, like, they get me open. Sometimes I do create my shot, but it's mostly them moving off the ball and whatnot. And just the mindset of keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's really what it is.
Yeah, we talked about that. There's never a challenge too great for you. So, no, great game today. The team's looking great.
Yeah, they're fun to play with.
100%. What do you expect?
Yeah, so just honestly, like, I think we're a little weak on our defensive rebounding right now, so we got to hit and box out, grab those boards, and just our spacing a little bit. So, like we talked about, none of us liked that game. None of us thought that was our best game, but we have so much more room to grow. So just improving every game, every practice. That's the mindset right now.
Very excited. I'm looking forward to following you for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Last thing. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. We can't let you go without giving
No,
Sheila
you already know. Shout out Sheila. Shout out my mom. Love you. Miss
Any
you.
other moms in your life you want to shout out?
So many. Leanne, Ryan. That's pretty much it for now. Yeah. Oh, Jasmine parents. Shout out to Jasmine parents. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Courtney Norton. Shout out to all the moms.
Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to you, Courtney.
Thank you so
Great
much,
game
you guys.
today.
Appreciate it.
56ers back in action tomorrow, right here,
Thanks, guys.
3 o'clock, Cole Harbor High, taking on the Halifax Thunder. You won't want to miss it. Courtney Donaldson looking to go 4-0 with the 56ers. Signing off now for live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Great job.